Module 1.2, the second module of Chapter 1. In this module, as you can see, it will deal primarily with the introduction of 3 more letters of the alphabet, but it also should include a review of the dialogues and the expressions, the greetings that you went over in class with your instructor in 1.1. So once you have done some activities using those, it's time to introduce these 3 letters. The letter Jim represents a sound which is canonically very close to the English pronunciation. J, it's with an affrication, sometimes represented with a DJ in transcription. However, there's variation. In some places, it approximates more closely to the French je, so without the affrication. And in Egypt, of course, it retains the original Semitic pronunciation of g. So Egyptian dialect is very, very, very distinctive in that regard. So where some place might pronounce camel jamal, in Egypt it's pronounced gamal. So very distinctive pronunciation of jim. Ha and kha, on the other hand, are 2 sounds that are not in English or most European languages. Ha is a kind of hard H, which is really does not exist in English. You might approximate it by whispering a word that begins with an H. So, hop. The rabbit is hopping on my head. Harry is here. He's not happy. So if you can make that out, that's kind of the ha sound that you want to get for this letter. Kha, on the other hand, does exist in some European languages, for example, German, in some dialects of German. Ich, the kha, a fricative way in the back of the throat. Some people call it a guttural. Make sure you expend some energy in pronouncing this letter because it's very distinctive, and learn how to do it. And it does take some energy, because if you pronounce some words with a kha as a ka, you'll get a different meaning. People won't understand what you're saying. So make sure you work on it, get the kha sound as much as possible. And it does take some energy, like I said. I will append a video which shows in detail how to make these letters, how to connect them to each other and to the first 4 letters. But for the meantime, I will go over drill 2 on page 8, which is a classroom exercise showing you how to connect ha, jim, and kha to the other letters. Drill 2 is a classroom practice drill for working on, for exercising, for drilling the new letters jim, ha, and kha. Let's go through this, give you an example of it so you can do it better in class. Ha, ba. Connecting them with the voweling, you get hub. Next cell we have jim, ba, tha. Jim, ba, and tha, 3 dots. With the voweling provided, ju, bi, tha. Ha, ta, and ba. The ha, ta, ba, with the voweling, 3 fathas, it's pronounced ha, ta, ba. Kha, tha, and ba. Kha, tha, and ba, with the voweling, 3 fathas, kha, tha, ba. Ba and ha, with the voweling provided, buh-ho, buh-ha. Note how the ba is written off the line to connect to the ha. Ta, kha, the voweling, tuch. Again, note how the ta starts off the line to connect to the kha from above. This is ruqa script. Next 3 letters, ta, ba, and kha. Ta, ba start off the line to connect from above to the final letter kha with the voweling. txtbk. Ba, tha, and jim. Again, starting off the line to connect from the jim from above because this is ruqa script. Bathija, bathija. Tha, ba, and ha. Thabaha. With the voweling thabuha, thabuha. Ha and jim. Hajj, hajj. Module 1.2, Drill 3, page 8. Classroom practice for reading. I'm going to read this from right to left, first line, and then the next line down. Batha, batha. Butitha, butitha. Tathubbu, tathubbu. Thabita, thabita. Tib-tib, tib-tib. Tab, tab. Tabahbaha, tabahbaha. Tubtu, tubtu. Hajja, hajja. Hub, hub. Jutha, jutha. Thabit, thabit. Hibab, hibab. Taba, taba. Khaba, khaba. Jabuta, jabuta. Module 1.2, page 9, Culture Link. The Arab World Map in English. Take a look at this map, get to know the extent of the Arab world, countries in which Arabic is the official language, ranging from Morocco in the west, Morocco and Mauritania, through North Africa, Egypt, and the Sudan and the Nile Valley, through the Arabian Peninsula, and up to the Gulf, the Persian Gulf or the Arabian Gulf, including the Levantine area, or Bilad al-Sham, as it's known in Arabic, Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan. The Sahara Desert, which covers much of North Africa up to Egypt, is derived from an Arabic word meaning deserts. The plural of Sahara is Sahara. The name Gibraltar is derived from an Arabic phrase, Jabal al-Tariq, meaning Mount Tariq. The language spoken in East Africa, Swahili, is derived from an Arabic word meaning of the coast. Sahel, Sawahil, means coasts, so Swahili. The word safari, meaning a trip to the wilderness to hunt game, is from the Arabic word meaning trip or travel. Safar gives rise to safari. The word coffee derives from the Arabic word qahwa. The Arabic word qahwa, which named the beverage, developed in Yemen and in the Horn of Africa. Jim, ha, kha. These three letters have the same basic shape, the same underlying shape, but are differentiated by a dot or no dot. The ha is the one without a dot. The ha is a kind of hard H type of sound, which you might get if you pronounce a word like happy, in a whispering voice. I'm happy to see you, so happy. Ha, ha type of sound. The ruqa script seen here is similar to the nesk script, but with the closing of the triangle type of top shape. The independent shape has a tail coming down below the line quite prominently. The j sound is distinguished by having a dot under the common shape, and this is a sound that is pronounced as g in Egypt, a gim. Again, the ruq'a style closes up the open triangle there and comes down with the tail below the line and a dot underneath the triangle shape. The kha, the third of these letters, again has the same basic shape, open triangle with the tail going underneath, but with a dot above. Kha, kha is a glottal fricative, and we just don't have any sound like this in English, but it is available in some European languages like German. Kha. The ruq'a script, as before, closes up the triangle and has the dot on top. Let's take a look at some of these shapes in the initial, middle, and final position. The Nes script, this is the independent form of the ha, has basically just the first part of it in the initial and middle positions, and the final positions it has the tail coming down, and it is connected to the previous letter if it does connect. In the ruq'a script, on the other hand, we see a stacking of these letters. So if you have a ha in the middle or final position of the word, you have to start the previous letter above the line in order to connect to the ha from before. In the Nes script, everything is on the line. In the ruq'a script, we have a stacking of the ha, jim, and the kha letters. The jim, which comes before the ha in the alphabet, again has the independent shape, the open triangle with the tail below it with a dot in it. Same underlying shape as the ha, all written on the line with the tail coming below in the final form. And same thing with the ha, the jim, when it is in the middle or final position, has to be connected from above. So you have a stacking effect with these letters. And we'll see some more of this in the following lessons. Jim, Nes style, always on the line. The jim in the ruq'a style has a stacking effect. The kha, basic underlying shape as ha and jim. Now, again, same exact type of underlying shape as the ha and jim in the Nes style, all written on the line. The dot is placed right above the open triangle. Again, in the ruq'a, you have a stacking effect connecting to the kha from above, and then the dot is placed right above the triangle. Nes style. The ruq'a style. Let's take a look at how we connect these letters with other letters that we have learned so far. the ba, tha, ta, and the alif. Habatha, the ha in the initial position. In the ruqa style, the initial form is closed up, a closed triangle, if you will. Habatha. The tha, of course, has the three dots connected as a triangle. Ahabba. When the ha, jim, and kha follow a non-connector such as alif, of course it assumes the initial position again. Alif, non-connector, start with the initial form of the letter ha or any other letter that follows the non-connector. Habba. Same thing with the raqa script. The initial form being a closed up triangle. Ahabba. Jim, same rules apply, but with a dot at it to denote j or g in Egyptian pronunciation. Jutheth. Jutheth. That's the naskh style. Let's take a look at the ruqa style. Again, following a non-connector, the jim assumes an initial shape, ajaba, in naskh, in the ruqa style, ajaba. Jim, following a non-connector, assumes an initial shape, ajaba. Kha, initial position. Khabatha. 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 In the Ruq'a script, initial form is a closed triangle. In the middle position, the ha connects to the preceding letter if it is a connector like ba. In the Nasakh style, the ha stays on the line, the same level as the ba and the tha in this letter, in this word. Bahth, bahth. In the Ruq'a style, however, note how you have to begin above the line and give space right on the line for the ha. Bahth. Start above the line, ha comes down to the line, connects to the following tha. Bahth. Bahth. The Jim in the second position. In the Nasakh style, as we've seen, the ha in the middle position stays on the same level as the preceding letters. Hijab, hijab. Hijab. In the Ruq'a style, again, to connect to a middle or final form of the ha, kha, and jim, one has to start above the line and connect to the ha, jim, or kha from above. So you have a stacking. Look to the word hijab. Note that the Ruq'a script, generally if letters are connected, you don't take your pen off the paper. Only if you have a non-connector do you take the pen off the paper. Note that with the Nasakh, to connect a word, the letters in Bahth, you have to take your pen off the paper. So this is one distinction. So Ruq'a is common in handwriting in certain parts of the Arab for the very fact that it is faster type of writing style. The ha in the middle position, exactly like the ha and the jim. Takht, takht. Again, the Nasakh style, the ha, kha, jim stay on the line. In the ruq'a style, however, the ta has to be begun above the line and connects to the kha from above as it sits on the line. Taht, taht. Another example of the kha in the middle position. Bakht. In the ruq'a, the ba has to be begun above the line in order to connect to the kha from above, and the kha sits on the line. Bakht. The ha and jim together. Hajj, hajj. Bahbahat, bahbahat. In the final position, following a non-conductor such as alif, the ha, jim, and kha maintains an independent shape because it does not connect to the previous. Taj, taj. Ech.